Welcome to my first ever studio vlog. Today I'm going to show you around my studio, which is basically just my desk in the kitchen. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you about what I'm planning to do in my studio vlogs and yeah, basically show you around. So my name is Natalie and I have a business named the Unchargeables, and part of that is the Chargimals. So kind of like two parts. I have a Shopify shop, an Etsy shop, a Redbubble shop, and I sell my products on Amazon merch. Then for the Chargimals, the little creatures that you see here, I also have a Patreon. So I will be talking about all of that. I'm gonna show you around my messy workplace. So here it is. This is my desk. And I've got my little Chargimal cards here. My Dutch tulips, because I'm Dutch, even though I live in the Canary Islands. That pile is my to-do list pile. This is my amazing setup so that my monitor is at the right height. And this is how messy I work. So my office doesn't have a door because that is the front door. There we go, that's the front door. And this is the kitchen. As you can see, there's not a lot of privacy here, but I still really love this, my little work spot. So things that I will be talking about on this channel, I really like the marketing and sales aspect of my little business. I mainly use print-on-demand companies. That means that I make a design or have a design made by a designer or by my illustrator who draws all these amazing things. I'm more of a story writer. And I will have that printed on products in a print company, and they will print the products and ship it directly to the customer. So I don't have stock at home. I don't wrap and send my own orders. That is all 95% done by these printing companies that I use. For our patrons, the people who sign up to follow the Chargimals on our Patreon, I've got my assistant in the United States who sends out the cards and the little magnets and our new pins for the Pin Box Club. So that's kind of like how my company is structured. So my to-do lists look like this. And I've got a whole bunch. Every single one has a different topic. So one would be like my to-do list for what needs to be done this week, and then the yellow ones are the ones that it needs to be done first. Then I will have all of these design ideas. So these are all design ideas that I have during the days that I just need to jot down. I was planning, and I do have, I made this little notebook. It's just a notebook I bought at Lidl, and I put the Chargimal stickers on, where I write down my ideas for the Chargimal, sentences that I want to use on inspirational cards, ideas for stories. So I've got a whole bunch of that. So the most Chargimal stuff is all in here, but I really need to figure out my to-do list situation. I have seen that Mellow Doodles on Instagram has these amazing like weekly planners that she's hopefully gonna restock soon. So as soon as she does, I'm totally buying one of those and hoping that my to-do lists will be a little bit more organized, even though I know exactly what to find where. So Today I mainly actually have to write. I have to write some introductions for new Chargimals. I have to write the introductions to for the new bad guys that we have in Chargieville, where the Chargimals live. They are called the Cheeky Demons. Those are the main things. And every day I work a little bit in my Etsy shop because a couple weeks ago I did an online marketing and sales summit, and there was one talk about Etsy, and I really got some good points from there that I want to or am implementing in my Etsy shop. So I am changing. So because I use print-on-demand companies, the images are rendered by their software. So the images of the products are rendered by their software. I will show you in a moment in my Etsy shop. These are like generic images and they don't have the right format, and people on Etsy are used to a different format. Let me show you. So this is the back end of my Etsy shop, and you can clearly see that this is an image that's been generated by the software from my print company, and this is the image that I'm replacing it with. As you can see, I now have 230 active listings, and I am changing the images for every single one of them, so it's a lot of work. So I do just a few every day because it will take me a while before all of them are done. Then the second thing I'm doing is Etsy just enabled videos to be uploaded. So I upload a video in every single product that I also change the first picture for. There's another software that I use to get these images because I don't have the products here physically. So I need mockup software to make these types of images. And for that I use a website called Placeit, placeit.net. I will put the link in the description as well. And I've made a list with favorites because they have so many things, and for my specific audience, I don't want active people that are sportive or swimming or running or cycling, because I make products for people who have chronic illnesses or mental health issues. I don't want them to be super happy if the shirt maybe says something that's not super happy. So I've made a list of my favorites that I'm using, and then you can just download your own shirt design on this mock-up, and those are the images that I'm using in my Etsy shop. So I'm gonna do a few of these and then go on to the next task. Okay, now I've updated a few of my Etsy listings. It's time for the next thing on the list, and I need to write an introduction for two of our new Chargimals, Agnes and Archie. Archie is for arthritis and Agnes is for being undiagnosed. So being undiagnosed I know a lot about, so that will be easy to write. The arthritis one is going to be a little bit more difficult for me. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. I have a list with the monster kind of like short list. So every Chargimal, every monster that represents a specific physical health or mental health condition has a long name, a nickname. They represent a specific condition. They have a favorite color, and their favorite color is basically the color of the awareness ribbon. I just noticed a typo that I need to fix. There we go. Then they have a superpower, and they are prone to stuff which are basically the symptoms. So usually these introductions are being written by the writer that I work with, Jenny, but she is not available for the foreseeable future for now because she has some personal stuff going on. And we kind of write together. So most of the time, like I will have an idea, make sort of a framework, then she works that out into a story, then I edit her story. Sometimes she comes up with the whole thing by herself. Sometimes I write a story all by myself. But up until now, probably all of the intros have been written by her and like edited and added onto by me. So these are the first introductions that I'm gonna write all by myself. Like, I will be able to do it, but still. And then the third Chargimal that's going to be coming out, that's Lara for bipolar disorder. The amazing Tracy, my assistant, who helps us with basically everything. She has written the introduction for that, so I need to edit that and maybe, you know, tweak some things. And yeah, so I'm gonna go right now. By the way, I didn't mention before, but it's Saturday today. I basically work. I don't have days that I do work and that I don't work. I prefer to just always work, but then if I don't want to, I'll take the day off. So for example, this week I didn't work anything on Monday or Tuesday. I didn't do anything, but I worked through the whole weekend. So today's Saturday, and today's just a full working day for me. All my writing is done. I had my lunch. I wrote some more. And now I have to make designs because you can become a member in my shop. It's called the Mystery Grab Bag, and you will get a surprise product sent to you. And it's based upon the preferences that you fill in. So, for example, your favorite colors or which diagnosis you have, obviously which size of shirt you wear. And this is one of the designs that I needed in another color because I didn't have this color yet. So I'm making that so I can upload this design to my system. I'm not going to show you the product because I'm not sure that everybody has received it by the time this video releases. But now I am editing this design basically. So I'm making a pattern in Photoshop. I'm not the best at it. I just have like basic skills, and over the years I'm slowly, you know, learning more. Probably a person who knows Photoshop sees me doing this and will be like, what are you even doing? There we go. So I will make a pattern of this. Let's see. Oh, I still have it selected. There we go. Filter. Why can I not filter this? Oh yeah, I need to merge the layers. Then I can filter it. Here we go. So let's see if my pattern. Oh my gosh, that was a shock. My dog barked and I think the cat was hitting her or something. They're usually really good together, but I don't know what happened. Woof. Okay, let's see if this, what was I doing? Making a pattern. Let's see if this pattern is any good and if everything is kind of like filled out. I really don't like that being there. Let's see. Now I'm just checking all of the angles of the pattern to see if I like it, but this is very close to each other, and then here we have a whole empty spot. So I'm just deciding how I'm gonna fix that. Probably just gonna move this one a little bit. But move it where? Let's check this in a bigger one. No, I'm just gonna move this one. Put it a little bit more here, maybe change the angle a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what this is gonna do. I think that's okay. This one's still really close to that though. Anyway, I'm going to set this as a pattern. Green awareness ribbon. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on the product, but you can't see. It's a surprise. Today was a super productive day. I got my whole to-do list done. I will do some final things. My daughter is gonna come back home today from the 2 nights. She stays with her dad's every week. So I'm gonna wrap up and see you soon. So today's Monday. I didn't work yesterday at all. I did some work this morning and then I went food shopping, I had lunch, and now I really sat down to work. I don't know if it was like the full moon with the lunar eclipse or something of the weekend, but I have made myself weekly planners. It's kind of big. That's what I spent my Sunday doing and hanging around watching Netflix. And I've been watching a show that's called something like Ancient Times on Gaia TV. Really like that one. But anyway, so as I showed you before, I had all of these notes laying around. I combined them in a neat and orderly planner. So it was a fruitful weekend. Now I have written all of the stories that I needed to write. I have written the introductions for the new Chargimals. They are scheduled on Patreon to come out midway through the month. And my patrons always get early access. So for the first month, they're only visible on Patreon. And then after that month is up, I'll also introduce them on social media. And they will appear in memes and in stories and everything. So I have scheduled the Facebook for the rest of July. and I've got someone helping me to schedule those same posts on Instagram as well. So that should all be done. What else? It's super hot today. As you can see, my hair is up. Luckily, my house has very thick walls, so it's super hot outside, but it's bearable inside. So I'm going a little bit slow today. Last week, I started on Instagram with a thing that I call Charge of the Week. It's basically an Instagram live where I talk with a fellow Chargie about different things, mainly how to live life with a chronic illness, chronic pain, or a mental health condition, and how to make the best out of it. And then we talk about hobbies, or if the other person also has a business, we'll talk about the business and how that all ties in. So today's Monday, and I had one planned for tomorrow, but the person I was gonna do it with is not feeling well, which, you know, if you're working with people who have health conditions, that happens a lot. So obviously it's always fine to reschedule, but that leaves me without a Chargie of the Week person this week. So I've sent out a few messages on Instagram to see if somebody's interested to have a chat with me this week. It's a new thing, and I didn't really build a lot of community yet, so I'm just gonna wait it out a little bit, a couple hours, to see if people get back to me, and otherwise I'm just gonna go in the Unchargeables community and ask if somebody's interested to hop on live with me tomorrow to just have a chat. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot more today. I'm just going to finish scheduling because I want to schedule the new Chargimals for next month, because otherwise I forget. So if they're in there, then that's done and I can cross it off my to-do list. And then I'm going to chill because it's too hard not too hard, it's too hot to do more work today. Good morning. Today's Thursday and my cat is trying to drink my celery juice. No, that's not water. It's not for you. Get off. So usually I start work in my pajamas. My pajamas is basically clothes that I have told myself are pajamas. This morning I'm gonna start with some translating work. I'm a freelance translator from English to Dutch. So when I get work sent to me, which is almost daily, I will start out translating that for about an hour, 2 hours, depending on how much they send. So I've got translating work to do this morning, so I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to start with work on my own little shop. So I clearly wasn't awake yet this morning because it's not Thursday, it's Tuesday. I was like thinking to myself later, it's Thursday already? That went so fast. It's not. I'm really tired today and I just want to go back to bed, but I'm gonna do some more work as long as my body cooperates. Okay, so while I was translating, I've received a few emails, one about, for a while now, I've been wanting to make the Chargimals into stuffed animals. I've even done a crowdfunding that didn't reach the goal, unfortunately, but in the meantime, I was talking to like some companies, and there's one in the end that might be really interested. So I just updated my quote from the factory I've been speaking with, and I've also requested some quotes from other factories to see what's possible, and hopefully I can really have them made into stuffed animals somewhere this year. That would be super awesome, because that's the dream. I want to have them all into these amazing plushies that will be like this big, so medium big. So that would be super cool. So my list for today, let's see, I've got schedule emails, make design files for the Chargimals, and I'm gonna go live on Instagram. I'm gonna go live on Instagram tonight at 8 p.m. with 8 p.m. GMT with another amazing lady, and her name is Natalie as well. I've never spoken to her on like a call or a video call. It's just been text messages through Instagram messages. So I'm super excited to be chatting with her. I made her my Charge of the Week, which is the Instagram live thing that I do once a week to talk about living life with a chronic illness or with mental health conditions, and kind of like how to make it your best life. So I'm gonna be doing some design files, and I'm gonna write and schedule some emails of stuff that I wanna promote the coming week. I'm not having my day today. It's been 3 hours since I filmed, and I said I was, what's on my list? Schedule emails and make some designs. I did not. I downloaded a bunch of Disney movies, and I cooked, and I was watching Ancient Civilizations on Gaia TV, and I feel like I want to take a nap. But yeah, I do want to have some of these designs done, so I'm gonna do that and then call it a day, because in about 4 hours I have the Instagram live, and I just need to relax a little bit. So I'm just gonna do some designs and call it a day. We just came home from the horses, as you've just seen in the video, and I didn't just come back with one girl, I came back with two girls. So my daughter has a friend over to play, so I will be working, but you know, with my desk being in the kitchen and me having no door, I need to do stuff that require a little less focus. So what I have on my list today is I need to make some images for new Chargimal collections. I already put the products in the shop, and I need to check if in my Redbubble shop I'm selling masks. But I've noticed that on some of my designs I don't have the mask option switched on, and since the masks are super popular, I need to double check that each design that I'm selling on Redbubble has the mask switched on and that it looks good. I'm gonna wrap up filming for the week because it's close to impossible to film with all these people around. Tomorrow we're having people over as well. My daughter has another friend coming over. So thank you for watching my very first studio vlog, and I hope to see you next week.